Hello and welcome to Raggy's Beer Review. So today we're going over to Giltbrook based in Nottinghamshire on the Derbyshire border to the Blue Monkey Brewery. Blue Monkey Brewery, predominantly modern traditional, last 3 or 4 years they've turned into also doing craft beers while still maintaining their modern traditional. And I don't work for them, but they are smashing it, you know, they really are smashing it. Anyway, here we are. This is their Mosaic Pale Ale, 4.3%. Brewed with heaps of oats, delivering a smooth, full-bodied beer. We then use Mosaic as our standout hop, both in the kettle and during dry hopping, producing soft tropical stone fruits. Expect passion fruit, mango, and grapefruit. Love that. So many breweries, some local, don't put anything on their cans, and it's like, guess what the beer tastes like. I mean, oh come on. I'm really annoyed when breweries do not put something that explains what the beer is. I mean, Joe Public may not understand some of this about it, but they'll understand the flavours. So well played there. And yeah, here we go. Right, glass. Last year's Nottinghamshire Craft Beer Festival glass, which they should have been at, really. You know, we know that. The Craft Beer Festival know that. I messaged loads last year. And this year they're in, so that's good news. Still think they should have been last year, but as with the Craft Beer Festival, I'm nothing to do with it. I'm just probably the most locally, the loudest locally to say it's about the Craft Beer Festival, which I don't mind. I don't mind using the channel for that thing altogether. So there we go. There's the pour. In this, not the great light. It's never great light in here. It's an orangey looking pour. Outside it'd be more vibrant. There you go. That's what it really looks like. Quite nice and vibrant with that white head going off. Oh. And yeah, we are May the something. You've got a clue. May the 21st already. Jesus. May the 21st, 2025. It won't be long before this is open. Will Blue Monkey's tap room be open before the beer festival? 20th of July and 20th and 21st of June is the beer festival. I'm going on the Saturday. I'll have an haircut by then as well. Get rid of this white hair. Look proper skinhead. I was going to wear a Raggy's t-shirt, but I've got really bad omens after what happened last time, so I won't. I ain't got one anyway. Orange, mango, passion fruit. I don't know. I can't remember. Did it say passion fruit? I can't remember anyway. I've already forgot. But nice aroma. Ooh. They seem to be at every beer festival going these days as well. Blue Monkey really are doing their thing. Fair play to them, you know. If you can, do it. You know, get out there, put the good name of their brewery out there. I'm sure I'll get to the tap room in due course. Busy time of the year for Raggy's Beer Reviews. Literally, sometimes 6 days working. It's very hard to, you know, sometimes people, breweries and whatnot invite me down to stuff and I can't go, you know, and certainly not in the daytime. In the afternoon, late in the early evening, yeah, it's probably good. And even then, I'm probably working. You You know, we all have to earn money. We all have to earn the pennies, put pennies on table. Feels like pennies as well at times. But there you go. But hey, money is never, you know, those with money, the more money you have, the more you spend. But this is nice to have a little bit of money at least. And then you look back on days where when I was single and I was absolutely rolling in money. Going out on a Saturday night, spending 200 quid, and this is 20 odd years ago. God knows what I spent it on. I look back now and think, hold on a minute. Oh, I'd be struggling to spend 200 quid now. And then I used to like, and this is talking 20 years ago, buying pairs of jeans at 75 quid, Levi 501s and 701s or whatever they were. You know, all the top brands and that. And yeah. And then you look at things we've done. Some people scrimp and never go on holidays. We've been on some great holidays. We've been to America 4 times. We've been to Spain countless times. Canary Islands, France, to Disney World. So, you know, we have been here and there. Ireland many times. And all around the UK for the last 4 years. Doing the beer thing. With the happy drinkers. And yeah, we do like that. Although we are looking at going abroad next year. Back to going abroad. The only problem is I've not got a passport these days. So 100 quid to renew your passport. What a load of tosh. Although I'm sure they're all inclusive. I'll work my way through all inclusive. Woof. Anyway, on with the beer. Yeah, so lately these guys doing some great stuff, and for me, need to see more of their stuff into cans, and not just for the brewery, to go to shops like Left Field Beer. I don't know what's happening to Adventure Beer these days. I just, last time I used to get orders literally all the time, and as you will have noticed on the channel, I've slowed right down on beer reviews. Sometimes 1 beer review a day, sometimes 2. Beers I drink at the weekend now take a lot of the beer reviews. So you will notice that I do a lot of quick beer reviews when I'm in a pub. I call them cask beer reviews, or although if it's keg, it's a craft beer review. And even I'll do a beer review of what I've got in front of me. I'll sometimes do the wife's beer as well. Have a quick sip, see what I get. And sometimes even my mates will pass me their beer and say, oh, do a beer review. So I will. It all promotes breweries, and it's what I do it for, you know. I'm not rattling down that much beer, you know. I like to have my fair share, you know, with an egg. I'm no angel, and I don't profess to be an angel. I don't want to be an angel. But I am a damn nice person. For those who know me anyway. Who really know me at least. So there we are, lovely fruity beer. Like I say, if I'm going to look at the top local breweries around me, I won't count Thornbridge because they're just that further bit away. I'm talking directly in Nottingham and the ones on the borders of Nottingham. Shiny Brewery, they're just outside what I would call the border. alter ego, really. You know, it's difficult there. I always think that the beers on the breweries on Adventure Beer are the breweries I call local, although they get beers sometimes from Chesterfield, which is a little bit not local. But anyway, if I'm looking at local breweries these days, I'm looking at these guys as the leaders, whereas Neon, Raptor are chucking out the beers each week. I think overall, cask and craft, these guys are winning it. Slimmest of margins though. Black Iris are very much up there, although I'm not seeing a lot from Black Iris recently. We've not been to the tap room this year. We haven't done many stints up our neck of the woods. We've been going to Beeston so much. That needs to change. But yeah, Blue Monkey, especially at the Castle Beer Festival, did well. And I haven't even reviewed probably half of what Blue Monkey have released. They've released loads of beers, and like I say, it's not always easy for me to get down to breweries. I did get some from the Pottle. I did get some from Max's Farm Shop. So, and I know there's a shop on top of Lamley Lane. There's a farm shop, and me and the wife do want to go. We need to find a decent farm shop. There used to be one at Gonalston, and now it's just a wreck. The shop is imploded in looks of things. It was a fantastic shop. It did a few beers there, but yeah, the food was amazing. So that we're trying to find somewhere like that to get some good quality farm food. That's you know, price. You pay a bit more, but when you think about it, you're not paying much more than you would at a supermarket. Because supermarket, you buy the finest stuff at supermarkets. It's expensive anyway. But you go there, and the food's bang on for what you get, and it's going directly. It's not going to some bloody supermarket who are paying managers, another manager, shareholders. So the chain is so small, and that always resonates with me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys do in Giltbrook. I will get my backside over to that. I was kindly invited over to go and have a look at the tap room. And yeah, maybe one Saturday when I finish early, Friday rather, when I finish early, message and see if it's okay, because I never just assume. Yeah, 53 I may be, 54 this year, for God's sakes. 53 I may be, but I don't just assume. Work on my own all the time. I never assume anything. Manners, always the king. Anyway, 13 minutes. Always rattle more when it's a local beer. I don't know why. But yeah, mango, orange, passion fruit. Lovely beer for me. Whitehead on this. Mosaic Pale Ale. I have had this on keg at the Blue Monkey Organ Grinder in Arnold. I'm sure I have. Never had it in a can before, hence why I wanted to do the review in a can. You know, it's all right reviewing in the pub, but you do a short review. I always feel daft anyway, unless I'm absolutely steaming. And then the reviews probably aren't as good reviews as they should be. But yeah, the Craft Beer Festival, oh my gosh, there's a crowd of us. There's going to be a lot of videos, and hopefully, I'll keep off the impies and just do small review. If I can get samples, I'm good. Little samples of beers, fantastic, because then I don't get drunk. And you know, there ought to be like a beer review, you know, like a beer review measure, or be able to apply for a beer review class, which is something even smaller than that little beauty. That's a third. But you know, you imagine something half the size of that. You need something half the size of that to do a review, a quick review, and promote the beer. I mean, I've got a review that I've just done less than a day ago, 2,200 views from one review, which sells the brewery that does the beer, but also sells the pub where I drank the beer. You know, it's all good. So would I drink this again? Absolutely yes. And 15 minutes, wow, yakking. Out of 5 for me, good 4.4 out of 5. Lovely beer, cracking brewery. Yeah, I have no issues with, you know, promoting this brewery all day long. And that's my review. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.